can do it. That's my boy. Hello, everybody. I'm with Marco. We are at Lowe's. Look at this beautiful heel. Wow. We take all of our dogs off property just to make sure they can generalize the training. And basically what that means is make sure they can listen anywhere, not just the training room. A lot of people say, oh, my dog listened at group class, but as soon as we left and went somewhere else, they were out of control and it was like they didn't learn anything. So that's why we do off-property outings. And we are asking the same commands that they know very well from inside the training room. Now we apply it at new places. So right now I've got him in a heel. As I've said before, heel literally means his head is at the level of my heel. He's at the left and slightly behind. No tension in the leash. If he moves out of that position, I turn on my e-collar. If he goes too far forward, it's stem. If he's lagging behind, it's tone. If he's staying in the right place on his own, good boy, don't touch the remote. Let's see if he'll turn with me. Good boy, look at that. Perfect relevance. Paying so much attention to me more than the environment. He's doing amazing. Let's see what happens when I stop. Oh, good boy. I'm gonna drop the leash. Stay. Stay and walk away. If he follows me, I would say N-O. Click my e-collar. Let's try this. Down. Good opportunity to click here. Down. Good boy. Let's talk about that. Because we're in a new place, again, this is why we come here. He's not listening to a known command because he's overstimulated by the environment. So I say the command down. I give him a second to listen. He did not listen, so I clicked once. He downed. Good. Stay. Okay, this is why we come here. We practice all of the same commands, and the dogs learn what happens if they're too overstimulated to listen. Now we're practicing our stay. The practicality of this is that he can come to dog-friendly places and be calm. He doesn't have to be barking and lunging at the end of the leash. Good boy. All right, let's practice a recall. Recall obviously is getting your dog to you, no matter where you are. We train it with the verbal paired with the tone, okay? Marco, good. Come, good boy. Nice work, buddy, perfect position. So if you rewind the tape, I said his name, Marco, he turned and looked at me, then I gave the command. Perfect execution. All right, we're back into our heel. We're gonna walk up to the main entrance and make sure he can do this around people. So far, he's exceeded my expectations. This guy was really tough in the first week, and then he had an amazing turnaround where he just decided to listen. The stuff we're teaching is so simple. It's literally a mindset shift with the dogs if they decide to listen or not, and how long it takes us to achieve that. Sorry if I'm sniffing, I do have a cold. Summer cold. We're here at the main entrance. Down. Good boy. Notice that one, I did not have to click. Why? Because he remembered the first time I asked him, I had to click. So he says, how do I avoid the click? Let me just down on my own. And now, the second part of the downstay is just enforcing it. Good boy, Marco. Good. Yes, it's definitely cooler in here.
Yeah, I got 6 chihuahuas. 6 rescue.
Oh my.
Rescue chihuahuas.
Busy. Yeah, we're working on training. So he's watching all the people walk around him, no barking, no lunging, no forward motion.
Yeah.
The goal for this session is just for him to be passive and really for people not even to notice him here. A well socialized dog is one that can go anywhere and not be a nuisance. No reactivity. Just be calm, quiet, listening. He's using the coping skill of the double down. We've got people walking around, we've got carts, people pushing stuff. I haven't touched this one time since I asked him to down and he didn't. If there was any forward motion, I would click and then recall him back to me and repeat the command down if needed. Good boy. Good. And another good thing about this is that for the most part, people know we're training. Nobody's rushing up to him, trying to pet him. I actually would say no if somebody asked, because I want him to be under the belief that nobody's here for him. If he thinks everyone is here for him, then he's going to start whining and lunging and barking in anticipation of getting it to everybody. But if he thinks it's his job just to relax and be passive, that's what he's going to do. Good. Good boy, Marco. The constant reinforcement is important, right? But on the flip side, if he makes a mistake, I'll also let him know about that too. Good boy. He's checked all of my boxes. Time to go home. We're gonna heel away. I'll show you how I get him into heel. Nope, down. I'm gonna click here because I don't want him to think just because I picked up the leash it means break command. The only way out of command is a release or another command. So me picking up the leash, that doesn't mean break your command. That's why I said nope, I clicked and I told the command again. All right. To get him into heel, I'm just gonna say the command word and then tap the tone. Heel. Good boy. Overall, I'm really impressed. So the big takeaways again is you have to be in constant communication, okay? If they're making a mistake, say no, click the collar, dial up or down depending on his response. Now we're walking down the main aisle. Remember how loud he was at the drop-off? It was just nonstop barking. He hasn't made a single sound this entire time. Another thing I wanted to point out is that it's been structure from the moment he left his crate. So we don't allow him to barge out of the crate. He waits politely as I put his collar on. He waits at the threshold. He holds it down in the car. He hasn't pooped in the car at all with us. He waits to come out of the car. We heel inside the store. So it's like little things, step by step. We would never allow crazy car behavior and then expect him to be good in the store. Walking past all these people. We're heading back outside. All right, we just got home from Lowe's. I just wanted to show you step by step how we get him out of the car now. So, of course, we enforced the downstay for the entire ride. The way that we do that is if I hear him up and moving around, I'm just gonna click my collar until he lays back down. He doesn't really make us do that. He stays in the down the whole time. There's no vomit, there's no poop, there's no barking or shrieking. It's just a nice car ride. The other step is once I open this, it's never okay to just bolt out. Okay, so it's always an assumed wait at every threshold. And then you can either release him or recall him out. Come, good boy, and he can jump out. Good boy.